I'ma cross the finish line. I'ma go out there, get mine. As a motherfucking beat drop.
You know what time it is? It's time for the Fanatical Massholes show for sports fanatics by fellow fanatics. I got my guys with me, Marky, Wakil. What's going on, fellas?
What it do?
You know, sports weekend, man. It's a good sports weekend. They had the draft, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, baseball going on. So it's a great time to be a sports fan. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what we're talking about today. We're talking about obviously NBA playoffs. Get into my BOZO, but obviously the most important thing is the NFL draft. Crazy things happen. Some strange things that made you turn your head kind of like, huh? They did that? We're going to get into all that. You know what I mean? So thank you so much for supporting us and watching the show. Before we get into it, let me thank my sponsors. You're looking to get a plate? Timothy D. Brunfield on Facebook, Fat Boy the Chef on Instagram, Big Belly Barbecues, the name of his company. He's at Worcester State this whole semester, every Thursday for lunch, 11 to 3. Go check them out. They specialize in fried lobster tail, lobster mac and cheese, Cajun wings. He also caters. So give him a call. You'll see all the links on the screen when I post it. You will not be you'll be satisfied. How about that? You won't be disappointed. Looking to get some clothes again for a limited time only. It's about running out. C's Black. The name of his company is Young Fly Forever. www.youngflyforever.com. Young_fly_forever 508 on Instagram. He's got clothes for men, women, children. For a limited time, he's just gonna be switching over to just women clothes. So hit him up before his stock runs out. And as always, like, subscribe, share, comment, support the movement. All right. Marky's ready to go. We got to give him a second, though. Let's lead up to it. Let's tease it a little bit. So the draft, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was the first couple of picks was on script. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at it, you know, it was on script. What we got here? We got Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. You know what I'm saying? Who went for? Marvin Harrison Jr., the Malik Neighbors. And then
Joe Alt, then Malik.
Joe Alt, then Malik Neighbors. My bad. Joe Alt to the Chargers, then Malik Neighbors. And then who was seven?
Latham.
Yeah, J.C. Latham. I'm bugging out. All right, J.C. Latham. Yep, he went. J.C. Latham was they had him as a 23rd prospect, but he went 7 to the Titans. I don't think that's too much of a reach. Good pickup. And then for Will Levis. But the strange thing happened at 8. He thought. A lot of people thought the Falcons were going to take Dallas Turner. That's who they slotted to take. Or maybe a wide receiver. Or maybe some O-line help. Or maybe another defensive person. Quinyon Mitchell, maybe. He's sitting, you know what I mean? He was there. Eagles did get him Eagles drafted Quinyon Mitchell. Where they get Quinyon Mitchell at? They drafted him 22. Why don't I have the draft pull up? I got it by team. Hold on a second. Anyway, they had him at 22. They had him at 22. Eagles got him at 22. They could have got him there. But they took Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington. Now, people said he was going to go in the first round. They just didn't think he was going to the Atlanta Falcons. I thought maybe, I wouldn't say Minnesota, maybe the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like some people even thought something strange would happen. Like the Commanders would trade back, get an offensive lineman, maybe get a wide receiver, or if, say, the Minnesota Vikings wanted to trade up to number 2 to get Jaden Daniels. Washington would trade back, get Michael Penix, and obviously have the receivers to go with it. Say maybe, you know, Justin Jefferson or Addison or Jordan Addison was involved in the deal. That didn't happen, though. Michael Penix Jr. was drafted by them. Among some strange things, obviously, then you look down, Brock Bowers gets picked up by the Raiders, and at 13, why that happened, I don't know.
I can tell you because crazy. All 6 quarterbacks were gone in the first 12 picks. They just clearly went BPA.
Right.
That they had no choices. I guarantee you they had a quarterback ready to go because they were like, no chance in hell. And then when it all happened, they panicked, and that was a panic move, I think. But I like the move.
All right, there's more strange moves going on here. We'll get into most of them. But we'll let Marky have the floor, and we'll let Wakil go about his team. We'll talk about our teams after. We'll let Marky have the floor first. Because you see in the background, he's got the Falcons. Marky, what's up, man?
This has got to be...
Tell him why you mad, son.
The worst pick I have ever seen since Tim Tebow drafted in the first round.
Oh, come on.
This is that bad of a pick.
Stop it.
And I'm going to give you reasons why. It's not the player. It's not the player.
I know that.
Pick. 6 weeks ago, you signed Kirk Cousins to a mega deal.
Okay.
And you've been preaching since the final whistle blew in week 18. We're winning now. We're winning now. We're winning now. We're winning now. We're going to win now. So offseason comes along. You sign Kirk Cousins. I like it. Don't like the money. Like the player. You sign Darnell Mooney, another guy, like the player, don't like the money.
Right.
It looks like you're trying to win now. Rondale Moore for Desmond Ridder, I thought was a perfect swap. I thought that's a steal for us. And then the draft shows up, and you take Michael Penix Jr. Not only did you take Michael Penix Jr., you didn't even call Kirk Cousins till there was 5 minutes left on the clock and told him. So he had no idea this was even coming. So not only that, you've been talking win now for the last 3 months, and then your entire draft is projects, development, and talent. Not one, or not even talent, just development and project players. Not one player in our draft outside of Michael Penix is going to be a day one starter. Not one of them. Maybe the linebacker out of Notre Dame, because he's the most ready, but Michael Trice in the 3rd round, again, he's a developmental project. He could pan out, he couldn't. Ruko Roroho, a massive reach in the 2nd round. He would have been there at 43, and even if he wasn't, there's other DTs you probably could have got with the same exact kind of talent at 74, and then to give up the 79th pick to go and get that. But back to Michael Penix. 24 years old, 6 years in college, 2 torn ACLs, 2 major shoulder surgeries. And Terry says if he sits 4 to 5 years, that's a great problem to have. That's a horrible problem.
That's too long. That's too long.
A horrible problem to have because he's 24. So if he sits 4 years, he's 28. You then go before going into that season, you have to decide, do you want to pick up his 5th-year option? You haven't even seen the guy in a game.
Well, we know. Listen, we know he's not gonna sit 4 years.
At a minimum, he's sitting. No,
he
3. He sits
3 years.
Because if Kirk Cousins lights it up year 1 and 2, how do you go into year 3 saying no, Kirk Cousins, we're gonna start Penix? You know what I mean?
Right, but hold on, here's the thing. Kirk Cousins is coming off an injury too.
But like, so you draft a quarterback who's had 4 major injuries?
I'm not saying that. Look, I'm playing devil's advocate here. I get you. That's not a pick. That's not a pick you should have made. Of course not.
It goes against your entire message, and it goes against the message to the guy you gave $180 million to. Like, you told him, we want you here so we can win now, and you do nothing in this draft that says win now. What corner did we draft? Clark Phillips is 5'8". He's not playing outside. He's gonna get cooked.
He's got to play nickel. Okay,
so we have no one outside of AJ Terrell. We need a safety because Richie Grant's trash. We have 2 linebackers: Nathan Landman, Caden Ellis. I mean, you have Troy Anderson, but he's always hurt and he's lackadaisical. He misses tackles. He's not it. And then you have the first edge rusher is a complete project who has one move, and that's to bull rush you. I'm sorry, in the NFL, you're not bull rushing 340-pound tackles. You're not.
I mean, at 245, he's not. Definitely not. He's gonna have to.
Exactly. You're not doing anything. Like this Penix pick is so bad on so many different levels. If you wanted to trade back up in the later first round and then take him because he slid, cool, I'm for it. Hey, but at number 8, and then come out that night in the press conference and be like, we've known it's been him since the start of the process. Okay. Why sign Kirk Cousins?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying Kirk was insurance. I'm saying like this. Again, I wouldn't have probably made that pick there. But here's the devil's advocate thing of it. They're following the Green Bay Packers formula.
No, they're not.
But you got to give him wait. Michael Penix Jr. can make every single throw that you want a quarterback to make. He's just like Kirk Cousins. Neither of them can move, so they probably should have went and got some offensive linemen to protect these guys. Yes, they should have went defense as well. That's probably the move they're thinking. Now we have, listen, say he doesn't start till 27. Aaron Rodgers is playing right now. He's 40. Tom Brady just played to 43. No, it doesn't happen all the time. But the way it's playing now, you get 10 years out of him. Plus Kirk Cousins, that's 12 years of not having to worry about what the hell you're going to do at quarterback.
2 quarterbacks in NFL history have started their first career game at the age of 25 or older. Brandon Weeden,
yes.
both didn't work out.
But look who Mark. You're talking. All right, let's talk about just pure talent. You're comparing them to Michael Penix Jr. Yes, he played a lot of games. He stayed in school way too long, but it was because of the injuries. His talent compared to Brandon Weeden and Chad Pennington, he had a Nerf gun for an arm. He couldn't throw. He's not cutting through the wind. He's not doing that.
Doesn't matter if we're cutting through the wind. Half our games are at home.
I know, but I'm saying I'm going on what we talked about previously.
I know exactly. These are all my rebuttals to everything that they've been saying. You've been preaching win now since you fired Arthur Smith, and you've done nothing to prove that you're trying to win now. A good problem to have isn't a first round quarterback at 24 years old with 4 major injuries who had 2 good years out of 6 because he was injured, and he only had them when he went to Washington and he played with elite talent. Now, if you want to even go back and look at Terry's drafts, they're awful. The players were either overdrafted or they never worked out. His first draft pick was Kyle Pitts.
Right.
What has he done since coming in the NFL?
Well, you admitted it all last season that he wasn't getting used, right? Am I correct there?
Right? Correct, but he hasn't done it.
It seemed like he would, yeah.
Then the next year, we take Drake London, whose best year was 900 yards. Again, what has he done? Nothing. Then you take Bijan Robinson, and he's this electric 12, 13, 14, 1,500-yard rusher, plus 700 yards receiving, 2,500 scrimmage yards. The dude didn't even break 1,000 rushing yards. And going back to that, and after watching this draft, I really think Arthur Smith's last season was a big fuck you to Terry Fontenot when he didn't play these guys because they don't fit.
Okay.
They didn't fit what Arthur Smith wanted to do. I was about to say that. They didn't fit his scheme. So Terry Fontenot is an egotistical, arrogant maniac who only wants to draft the guys he wants, regardless of position or need. And it hasn't worked. None of his draft picks have worked. Arnold Ebiketie, no. Desmond Ridder, no. Troy Anderson, no. Jalen Mayfield, no. Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, no. He's had 22 draft picks. 2 have actually worked at where we drafted them. You can say, and one of them's Clark Phillips, but that's still to be determined. But from what I saw from him last year, he's going to be a good nickel guy. The other one was Matt Bergeron, the left guard we drafted last year out of Syracuse. Other than that, Terry's draft record is atrocious, and this did not help it. If you wanted to go this route, and I get I get the knowledge, I understand the pick. You take J.J. McCarthy. You don't take Michael Penix. You take a guy who can sit and learn, who's young. J.J. McCarthy's only 21. He doesn't have a lot of reps out there. He's kind of a little bit more like Kirk Cousins than I would say Michael Penix is. Run-heavy offense. Can't move. It's precision throws. He doesn't have a lot of touch. It's a lot of zingers. It's a guy that you need to develop to take over. Penix is 24. He's a guy that you need to play now. Not only that, Kirk Cousins coming off an Achilles is not going to be Kirk Cousins we saw in the first 8 games.
Absolutely
so
not.
How long do you think it is before there's infighting from the fan base, ownership, front office, coaching staff? You just fucked everything up with this pick.
All right, so let me ask you this. How do you see Bijan Robinson? Like you said, he wasn't a fit. Arthur Smith came from Tennessee, am I right?
Yeah.
He came from the Titans. So he was used to Derrick Henry, a smash mouth running back. I don't think that's Bijan. He could be a between the tackles, carry it 400 times a season guy. Maybe that's not him. He's more electric outside.
He fumbled so much.
Right. So that's how you see him. You don't see him as the in-between.
I don't see Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Bijan Robinson as top 10 picks. I don't. They're not they were overdrafted. Bijan Robinson needs to go to a team like Kansas City would have been perfect. Philadelphia would have been perfect at 10 instead of Jalen Carter. Teams that already have it built. We have nothing built. Not only that, you're winning now, you're winning now, you're winning now. That's your message. You're literally putting everyone's job on the line with that Michael Penix pick. There was a video of Arthur Blank and Terry Fontenot having it out after the pick. Like, the owner was even like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh shit!
Like, if anything short of an NFC Championship game, and I'm not even joking, they're all fired.
Gotcha.
They're
He might be
all
right. So they got to
fired.
make it to the NFC Championship game with
He might be right. I mean, he might
Dude,
be right
because you preached win now, and then you did nothing to help your roster, and then you came back and said, we're never picking this high again.
I mean, but when I look at y'all
again.
They should cakewalk through this division, though. They should cakewalk through this division. They should.
No, that's what I'm saying. When I look at
y'all
division, y'all division.
Well, I'm just saying this year they definitely should. I mean, with what you have, you were missing a quarterback last year. To me, honestly, I think even though they didn't fit with Arthur Smith, if you had competent quarterback play, the Falcons run away with that division.
They would have won that division. I agree.
The other thing that I like the devil's advocate on that part is when you take 3 skill positions within the top 10, they're supposed to elevate your bad quarterback play. DeAndre Hopkins has had like 15 quarterbacks his whole career. Look who Devontae Adams had last year and still lit it up. The elite guys make it work. It just shows you that the talent isn't worth the pick. And then to not even help your defense or even your offense anymore. It's not a good look. They should be on the hot seat. If they don't, if they're week 8 and they're fighting in the division or they're below 500, you got to start asking some questions.
Indeed.
And you got to maybe, if week 8 comes and we're like 3-5, I'm firing Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot right there.
Damn.
Because they solely based off your messaging in the offseason, your draft, and then your messaging after the draft. We're never picking this high again. We're not going to be doing this ever again. No way in hell. You have no way of actually knowing that. So Kirk Cousins coming off a torn ACL. We do have a weak schedule. We do have a weak division. It's not that weak. The Saints got really good. The Bucs are really good already. So it's not as weak as people say it is. It's just not pretty. So you need to go 13-4, a top 2 seed with the home game and an NFC Championship game. You have to. Anything short of that, I'm cleaning house. I think either way, unless we win the Super Bowl, Terry gets fired at the end of the year. I don't think Terry's the GM next year. If we're 1 and done in the playoffs, if we make a wild card, if we barely miss the playoffs, maybe you can keep Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson and those guys because the coordinators are first year. Raheem Morris, his first head coaching job since like 2012. You might give him a year more, but if anything short of your expectations, TF has to be out the door. Has to.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Damn,
gotcha. Yeah, that's.
but it's hard because you did the same thing that Arthur Smith did last year. Put all his eggs in the Desmond Ridder basket. You're putting all your eggs based off what you've been saying in your winning it all in the next 2 years. If you don't even come close this year, your general manager's gone. If you don't do it again the second year, your coaching staff is gone. And then guess what? Your Michael Penix pick, he'll be gone. It'll be a wasted first round pick.
Bill Belichick, line 1. Yo, listen, yo, Marky. I mean, not Marky. Yo, Wakil. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, listen. It's crazy. I think. I mean, I kind of, like I said, I try to play devil's advocate to see why they did it. I can see why they did it, but I wouldn't have gone there either. But hey, you might have 10 years of quarterback play. Be happy. Yeah, I mean,
So this pick says Kirk Cousins isn't going to work out. We signed him to a $400 million deal, and it's not going to work, and we're having his insurance policy. So
and his is fully guaranteed too. That's the only thing about it.
So that's the thing. So if he's bad this year. You can't cut him in year 2 because it's a $70 million dead cap hit. Year 3, and if he has a good year in year 2, you're not eating $40 million in a third-year dead cap hit because he had a good season. You just didn't get it done. So Penix literally won't see the field till the 4th year of his contract. 28 years old. He's not going to get an extension till he's 30.
But that could be good,
Jordan Love.
Some quarterback.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love was picked at 19 and he was 21.
No, I know.
I know that. I get it.
That's why I'm saying if you want to go that route, it's a JJ McCarthy. And again, that's a trade down. It's not an 8th overall pick.
Nope.
And then the rumor came out, oh, well, we really wanted Latu, so we tried to trade back up into the mid-teens. Why the fuck didn't you just take him at 8?
He should have.
And try to trade him up for a quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
Indeed. Indeed.
Crazy.
So, Wakil, what's up? How you feeling about your team's draft? Oh yeah, you tell me. But yeah, how you feeling? Go ahead. Do you think?
I mean, okay, so we got Caleb Williams. Cool. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be better than Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? He got the weapons. They went and got Ndunze. I was shocked by that a little bit. But now that I think about it, it could really help out DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, plus with our tight end. You know what I'm saying? I like that. So it seemed like we're trying to get more explosive offensive type of thing. Yeah. The O-line that they picked up or whatever, I guess that's why I don't understand. That's where it kind of get crazy to me because they got a O-line from Yale, but I don't think he'll be a starter right away. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm looking at the O-line, I want to protect Caleb Williams.
Well, he's experienced. Corinne, I'm a Jibby. I don't want to. I mess his name up.
They'll probably slide him inside to start.
Right.
He'll probably start as a guard.
3-year starter.
Right.
But the thing with Ndunze and Caleb Williams coming in is those boxes are going to be so light. You're going to be only facing 3-man, 4-man rushes.
Right.
So maybe you could have waited on an O-line, especially with Joe Alt and Latham going to before that. I didn't think there was the guy from the take at 9 outside of Rome Odunze, maybe a defensive guy. But I think their idea in that pick was, well, if we can't protect him, then we'll send we'll get as less people to come at him as possible. And I think that was the Rome Odunze.
I mean,
because now you have all those guys out there.
Okay, so let's again, like I was saying earlier, if I'm looking at the offense for the Bears or whatever, now they got this whole thing where they're trying to get the ball out quicker. So you look at Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, that's what they used to do with him, and he used to have a terrible O-line to me, but they always gave props to a couple people in his O-line. I forgot.
Bakhtiari.
Yeah.
Corey Linsley.
But a lot of times, but a lot of times he would scramble and then he'd get out the pocket and then it opened up where he could throw the ball quick or he could just air it out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's what they're doing with Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying? By giving him the weapons like that, so everything break down, everybody running free, he could just get it out there. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. And then, they got the punter or whatever.
I wouldn't have. I don't know why they drafted.
I don't know why they did that.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But so you got Austin Booker, the edge rusher from Kansas. Okay, you know what I mean? Listen, you got Montez Sweat now. The defense should be better.
The defense should be better.
I don't mind the draft. I don't mind their draft.
I like what they did. I just, again,
you're running a lot of 11 personnel with these 3 receivers, so that's going to lighten the boxes. So you're going to have Allen in the slot, Odunze and Moore on the outside with Cole Kmet in line and Swift in the backfield. So you're only going to be facing 4-man fronts. And if they send the house, Keenan Allen's a great possession guy, and then Swift out of the backfield. So these are going to be quick passes.
Yeah, they're going to be quick passes. And DJ Moore too. He's pretty good at
slant. He take a slant to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kane. That's Caleb Williams' calling card, the off-script plays. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
That's what he does. That's
Right.
what he does well. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he makes the off-script plays that a lot of other than him, Jaden Daniels, all the other quarterbacks aren't doing that like that, making them off-script plays. So
And then I always, not to cut you off, I always look at too, a lot of times, especially with the NFL, is your GM who gets hired. Normally they bring in their own coach and quarterback or whatever. So, with Justin Fields, when they brought him in, this GM, I don't think this GM was with us when they got Justin Fields.
Ryan.
So
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
It was.
He was Ryan. Okay, he was.
The guy
yeah.
before that was Ryan Pace. He took Trubisky.
It was Ryan Pace. Yeah,
He
yeah.
took Trubisky.
Yeah, he did take. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So we'll see, man. I'm just ready for the Bears. Just need good quarterback play. I ain't seen that since I don't know when.
I love both your team's drafts. I did. I thought the Commanders and the Bears had two of the best drafts.
I like what the Commanders did.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I like what
the Commanders did too.
I really like what they did. Jaden Daniels, obviously, you know what I mean. Mike Saint Till, from Michigan. He's a nickel. We need a nickel guy because he can't play on the outside, but that's cool. We need a nickel guy anyway.
He's just like Emmanuel Forbes. That was the only.
But that's why they're going to play him in a nickel. I mean, I like the pick though. I like the kid. He's short-handed.
Oh, I do too. But it's just, where are you going to put him if you already have Forbes, who's a similar field?
That's what I'm saying. They realized from Emmanuel Forbes, this kid has to play the nickel. He's going to be the slot. He's not going to play outside. You can't put him outside. He's getting Emmanuel. I get what you're saying. I wouldn't say it's a good problem to have. It's kind of an issue. We'll find out in the preseason who works out. Emmanuel Forbes might have to be slotted in the. Emmanuel Forbes. Listen, he takes it back to the house. He gets his hands on it. He's good, but he got roasted this season. He got taken to task. He got taken apart by the good wide receivers this season.
Yeah, he did.
He should be in the slot too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you should have went for a bigger corner, but I mean, I like the moves overall. I mean, let me see. We got Javon Jean-Baptiste from Notre Dame. I like that move. Luke McCaffrey, wide receiver. Okay, I mean, I don't know, man. Adonai Mitchell. I wish they would have gotten if they would have found a way to grab him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I know he was gone. He went a little early. No, did he go first or second round? I think he went second round of the second round. Second round to the Colts. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think they should have tried to get Adonai Mitchell, someone like that. You know what I mean? But I like the kid Ben Sinnott, Kansas State tight end, 6'4", 250. You know, so I like the moves overall, man. I really like the moves overall. I mean, but again, we talked about it. I mean, you and I was talking about it during the draft. It's like they're allergic to drafting linemen. Like,
but I think
that's the biggest bugaboo
thing that Chicago just did. These are going to be quicker throws.
Yeah,
John Watson, Terry McLaurin, Luke McCaffrey's clearly going to be in your slot.
Right,
so going to be a good tight end for you to have over the middle possession kind of catch. And then you have Austin Eckler out of the backfield, so you have a similar build to what Chicago has over there. And again, Daniels was the best quarterback or the second best quarterback off script in college football.
Right. Yeah. Now they keep drafting these linebackers that are just not big enough. This Jordan McGee, Temple, he's cool, he's good. You know what I mean? He's got the burst, the speed, but he's only 228. Like, that's just not like, come on, man.
Dan Quinn's linebackers, man. Deion Jones, Devondre Campbell.
Right.
They're not big dudes.
Right.
They're
he's just going for
spaz. They're good in pass coverage.
We definitely we needed that.
Oh, you need those for linebackers, hands down.
The Commanders, no, but the Commanders linebackers, especially their linebackers, couldn't cover. They couldn't cover anybody. Not anybody. We talked about it on that play against when you and I talked last year when they played Atlanta. Bijan Robinson had my man. He had what's my damn man? He had my man roasted.
Jaron Davis, right, or whatever.
Yeah, Jamin Davis. He had Jamin Davis roasted on that fourth down play. He had him roasted. You know what I mean? But Ritter obviously just Ritter couldn't get him the ball. But anyway, yeah. So overall, I like my picks. I like the picks. Let's just see what happens with them. Keep building. I mean, for the Commanders, I'm saying this year you got to make the playoffs, though. You know, you got to definitely make the playoffs. So you got to make the playoff this year. Eagles got better, way better. Let me see. I'm not really. The Giants did okay. I'm not saying their draft was horrible. Malik Neighbors there. You probably. Again, you wasn't going to get Drake May. New England wasn't coming off that. Maybe you go J.J. McCarthy. Maybe they didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? So I like so Luke Davis there is cool. Tyler Newman is cool. Andrew Phillips, I like
Tyler
that.
Newman's great. That's who I wanted. That's who we were trading up for.
Right. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah, he went to New York. He went to the
Giants. They're basically the Giants are gonna win by they're gonna hope Daniel Jones pans out. Well, not pans out. Hope he's healthy and he can get these guys the ball, the football. But it's gonna be defense. The Giants are gonna win on defense. You know what I mean? That's gonna be their call.
Speaking of the Patriots, they made the biggest blunder, I think, in the entire draft. Minnesota offered them 3 first-round picks for number 3.
They want Drake May though.
They got Drake May though.
So look at how the draft board fell. Yep. Right. So Minnesota trades up to 3. The picks that they were giving were 11, 23, and the 2025 round pick.
Mm-hmm.
The way the draft fell, J.J. McCarthy was there at 11. To me, I don't think Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, everybody else is really the way I look at the quarterback class. I don't think there's a big gap between May, Penix, McCarthy, and that's it. I think there's a big drop-off when it comes to Bo Nix.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You take J.J. McCarthy at 11, then you get your second biggest need at 23, which is a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go in the 2025 draft with 2 first-round picks. That's easily the decision you make. Like, hands down, that's the decision you make. But they clearly had Drake May head and shoulders above J.J. McCarthy. But again, if you're developing a quarterback, like they said, like Jacoby's starting, then take the guy who needs to sit.
What do you think of this? What do you think of them drafting Joe Milton? I thought when the Patriots drafted him, I'm like, why are you drafting? That's the thing that Washington did a couple years when they drafted RG3 and then Kirk Cousins. Why would you draft 2 quarterbacks? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
They don't have a backup. Like, they don't.
I mean, Joe Milton's okay. He's not going to be a RG3 Kirk
Cousins thing at all. This is going to be Jacoby Brissett's here for the year. Bailey Zappi's clearly out
of there. Yeah, he's out of there.
Comes in, now you have
Bailey Zappi gone.
Yeah, Bailey Zappi's they about to give him his pink slip, man. Your service is no longer needed, bro. I'll holler at you.
Now
it's a bus ticket. You on the way out of Foxborough, bro. You going somewhere else.
Absolutely.
He's not making it to training camp. I think. Again, I could be wrong. We just talking for fans, you know what I mean? But I don't think he's gonna make it to training camp. I like what they did with Jalen Polk, though. He's good. Javon Baker, UCF. I thought
they had a good draft, but
they had a good draft. If
you get 11, 23 and their net, because Minnesota they're not going to be a good team. They're going to be picking within 1 to 10, 12 range again next year. In New England, you're not going to be anything in that division, so you're also going to be picking in the 1 to 10, 1 to 12 range.
But hold on, Minnesota got JJ McCarthy. Hold on. I'm saying on their team, though, they got AJ the hell's my Aaron Jones. I'm sorry. They got Aaron Jones. They still obviously got the receiver. They still got Addison and Justin Jefferson. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be that bad.
But you're playing. You got to play the Lions twice.
Right.
You got to play the Packers twice. I mean, the Bears are going to be improved. I mean, then you also have the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Niners. Like the NFC is stacked. Minnesota is not good enough to make a run like that. So, I mean, like I said, they could be maybe about 15, but New England's should have had 2 top 15 picks next year by making that deal. That's a deal I'd take all day. Yes, next year's quarterback class is weak, but J.J. McCarthy fell to 11. I guarantee you when the Patriots saw how the board played out, they probably were like, yeah, we should have taken that deal.
Yeah.
All right. We come back. That's what's up. We come up in a break. We're gonna break down who had the best draft. What was the draft that kind of had you like, what the hell were they doing? Them picks there, and we'll get into some NBA playoffs, plus my BOZO of the week. All that. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment, support. Stick and stay Fanatical Massholes Show. Marky, Wakil, Show. We'll be right back after this.
We ain't playing no games. We gonna cross that finish line, y'all. I'm across the finish line. Finish line. I'm across the finish line. Finish line. I'm across the finish line. Finish line. I'ma go out there, get mine. As a motherfucking beat drop.
Yes, indeed. Fanatical Massholes Show. Right back at you, Marky. Wakil, your boy Mizzo. All right. So, winners, losers, surprising picks. Who do we got? Start with you, Wakil. Who you got? Who's your winners and losers of the draft?
I like what New Orleans did. New Orleans, they addressed a lot of things that they needed as far as like the offensive line, they DB. They got to keep it back. Yeah. And then
Spencer Rattler might take that job from Derek Carr.
That's what I was looking at.
Let's Derek Carr change it around, but I like Spencer Rattler, man.
And then they got the wide receiver. So, and that division was kind of tight. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why my man is so frustrated about Atlanta.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. As far as the loser, I mean, man, I gotta go with I was just looking at them too. Damn.
Atlanta.
You said that, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Packers, man.
Packers
are
losers? Okay. Go ahead.
I don't know what they're trying to do. But I think to me we got better than them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they picked. I mean, it was all right.
I like Javon Bullard from Georgia. It's nice. I like Adrian Cooper, Texas A&M. I like the Packers did, man. To be honest with you, I like what they did, but okay, I think that's that Bears hate, but okay, it's fair. We'll let it rock. You know what I'm saying? We'll let it rock. Marquis, what's that?
My winner is the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't even think it's close. I think they clearly had the best draft. I mean, you get Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean in rounds 1 and 2. And then then in the 5th round, you get Anais Smith out of Texas A&M, who I think is going to be a really good receiver in this league. Then not only that, Jeremiah Trotter was another one who I thought was going to go in the 2nd, 3rd round. Philly snags him in the 5th
round.
Yeah.
Like, so you shore up your linebacking core. You definitely shored up your secondary. You got Jalen Hurts, another guy, because Quez Watkins is not it. Julio Jones is not it. I mean, so now you have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Anais Mitchell, and even Shipley to kind of spell Saquon Barkley. I think Philly, for me, is the winner. I think they're the winner of the entire draft, and obviously we know who my loser is. If I had to pick someone other than Atlanta who I think is a loser, I would have to say the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, you trade out of the 1st round twice, and at both picks, we're a position in need. You know, you allow Mahomes to get another crazy weapon, a guy you can't beat. The guy you can't beat at all. You just helped him even more. And then Carolina, I mean, Xavier Leggett was kind of a reach at 32.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that.
But still, you could have took a receiver there. And then at 33, I love Keon Coleman. I just don't think it's the right pick in that situation. I mean, you need a possession guy, but you really don't because you have Kincaid and Knox. Like, it doesn't really make sense. I get you need the big body because you have Shakir and Curtis Samuel, but he's not. I mean, he's a Keenan Allen guy to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. My winner. I mean, honestly, I like what the Packers did. I got them as a winner. Aside from my team, I like what they did. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I like what the Bears did too. I like what the Steelers did, but I like what the Packers did, man. Adrian Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M. I mean, listen, defends the run. Like, that's, you know, that's something that towards the end, that game against the 49ers, that kind of hurt the Packers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's great. You know what I mean? Like, run defender, you got him. And you got the safety that I just mentioned, Javon Bullard from Georgia. 2-time national champion, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to, you know, what do you say? He plays in the slot. He can match up against tight ends and receivers. He's 5'11", so you know what I mean. He's not.
I think
not
it's undersized. Kyle Hamilton. He's just not as tall, but
not as tall.
They're going to play this. They play the same style of ball,
right? You know what I mean. Then you get Marshawn Lloyd from USC. You know what I'm saying? Like I like what they did. I really like what the Packers did. Obviously, get some O-line help. You know what I mean? Travis Glover from Georgia State. You know, now they drafted a quarterback, Michael Pratt, from Tulane. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, I don't think he's going to threaten Jordan Love anytime soon. But if he plans out what he did, that'll be four quarterbacks in succession where they haven't had to worry about quarterbacks. The Green Bay
man,
Packers.
see, I'm so
gonna
sick
be
of that.
10 years, 12 years before Jordan.
Yeah,
Love
I'm sick of that shit.
He's
Man.
just a backup.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
I know. I
but
get
my loser is the Raiders. I don't understand what you were doing. Okay, you couldn't maybe put together a trade package to get either Jaden Daniels or JJ McCarthy, but you draft Brock Bowers. Like, so we're basically saying you're all in on either Aiden O'Connell because Jimmy Garoppolo's been the
man, dude. Don't sleep on him.
I'm not hating. I'm not. But
in 50 career starts, he has the same amount of starts as Trevor Lawrence. He's got a better passer rating, more yards, more touchdowns, better touchdown interception ratio, and less turnovers.
Okay,
maybe you're sold on Gardner Minshew, and now you give him weapons. Adams.
They haven't said that.
Myers, Michael Myers, and now Brock Bowers.
Right.
You got Zahir White out of the backfield. So I'm not. I mean, you couldn't get a quarterback at 13.
Okay, but don't. Okay, all right. Then get some more. I guess I would maybe say go with the offensive lineman. Maybe then, if that's the case, I don't mind Brock Bowers though. I don't mind Brock Bowers, but maybe the offensive lineman. If you're basically saying you're going with Gardner Minshew, or Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell, whichever one. We think it's going to be Gardner Minshew here. I think so. You know what I mean? But they were linked to a quarterback, or they were saying they was thinking about getting a quarterback. Obviously, couldn't do it. We said that, but not Brock Bowers. You know what I mean? I thought the Jets were maybe going to make the mistake and draft Brock Bowers. I'm glad they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Brock Bowers is a great talent. You know what I mean? Number 13, I don't know, man. Not, you know what I mean? I don't know right there at 13.
I mean, you had all the corners on the board. You had you had edge rushers on the board.
Right.
I mean, there were other positions of need that they had, but clearly with 6 quarterbacks going in the first 12 picks, that war room panicked.
Yep. So let's just get the best offensive talent available. They get Brock Bowers. Cool. Again, you're gonna ride the Gardner Minshew train. All right. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. You know, he had a good year last year. Coach didn't make the playoffs. Had him there, had him close. We'll see.
Didn't they make it?
Nah, they lost the last day.
They lost the last game. Yeah,
it was for the division. They either got in or didn't make the playoffs. You know what I mean? And that's what happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. Now, who do we got? So what was this? How was this? The strange, other than the Michael Penix, the strangest pick of the draft, you would say?
Xavier Leggett at 32.
Okay.
That was a weird one.
Right. Okay. All right.
Actually, no. Scratch that. Sorry. I'll go with San Fran taking Ricky Parcell. He was like a 3rd or 4th round talent. You drafted.
You know what? Right. Well, they reached for him, but you know what that means, though. Somebody's out.
Debo's gone.
It's either Debo or Brandon Ayuk. But we thought it was gonna be Ayuk, but I think it's Debo now. I think Debo's out of there.
You think Debo out of there?
Debo's out of there.
He's being paid a lot. He's injured a lot.
Injured all the time.
He doesn't fit the scheme anymore.
He doesn't.
Yeah. He didn't really do nothing in the playoffs neither.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he was hurt too. You know what I mean? They kind of rushed him back from injury. You know what I'm saying? But I think. You know, I'm trying to think of the team. I try to see. Yeah, no doubt. I'm trying to think of the team I'd like to see Debo Samuel play on. Though, I'm just trying to think.
He'd be good in like a Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur.
Yeah,
he needs an offense kind of like that. That's a little bit more condensed, underneath, out of the backfield, stuff like that. Debo's not a straight up like wide receiver. He's more of he's a bigger Percy Harvin.
Right, exactly.
He's a Swiss Army knife. He's just big.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all right. Ricky Pearsall, though. Let's see. We'll see. All righty then. NBA playoffs. Let's switch gears now. Is underway today. What we got going on? We got Philly up 29-25 over New York. 7:58 left in the second quarter. We'll get to my BOZO in a second. Speaking of them. Philly will tie it up today. What you think?
They should tie it up.
You think so?
They should be able to, but
they should. I mean that series is weird, bro. Like
the playoffs have been weird.
Yeah, there's been some real like. Honestly, man, I'm New Orleans though. New Orleans Pelicans, you got to get in the playoffs. But I'm almost like, man, like they should have just Sacramento should have got in, man. There would have been a better matchup with them in OKC. OKC's running them off the gym. They're demolishing the Pelicans right now. They're putting the beats on the Pelicans. That series is over tomorrow.
Suns are getting fucking smacked.
Yeah, that series is over tonight. That series is over tonight. Like, I'm shocked about that. You know what I mean? Like the Sun series, that series is done tonight. It's over with. Minnesota is just too better. Is way too talented for this team. Their defense is suffocating them. I don't even think that the Suns have. I think they cracked 100 the last game. But other than that, they haven't cracked 100 points. Like, man, they have shut them down. KD is starting to show a little bit of his age in this series. Anthony Edwards is talking trash to him, like basically, man, your era is over. Let me get that torch. I'm gonna hold it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think if the Sun series you got to break this up. I'll get more into it once it's over. You know, once we do our segment. You know what I mean? But I think that's
and it look like
got to break that up.
And even the Clippers too, man. Like Kawhi back on.
Yeah, I think I picked the Mavericks anyway. I think the Mavericks go up 3-1 today. I think that's it.
The Lakers getting dog walked.
Yeah, they won last night though. But here's the thing.
I told you they was gonna get one.
But hold up. Let's not think that.
Man, it's a wrap, man. At 5.
Nah.
It's a wrap at 5, bro.
Lakers have led by double digits in every single game.
That's fine.
They're old. They can't.
It's a wrap, bro. They was gonna get one game. That's it.
I bet you the Lakers win tomorrow night. I'm gonna stamp it. Book it. They win tomorrow night. It goes 7. This thing gonna go 7, and they wear them down.
It's not going 7. It's
okay.
done at 5.
Okay.
It's done at 5.
Okay, I'm telling you. As far as the Milwaukee and Indiana, they get underway tonight at 7. Dame and
Indiana and 6.
Both got it's over at 5. Indiana's winning today, and then they go back and shut them down. Dame is out with an Achilles.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is out.
Giannis at the calf strain. Listen, I'll talk about it with Milwaukee, man. I think it's time to really do some reevaluating and see what's up. But yeah, that series is over. I think that
series is done.
That series is done. You know what I mean? Celtics, they won last night. They crushed the Heat. Jimmy Butler talking that craziness. Got his team, bro. Team got smashed. Jimmy came out. Jimmy came out and said, right, the Celtics, I don't even know why they should be sweeping this team. It should be a sweep.
They should have swept Miami, man. But
they're just not mentally mature enough for these moments. It's clearly
that's crazy. But see, that's the thing about this team. Like, how long do it have to take for you to be mentally mature? And you've been in this situation before. Like I said, if they don't win a chip this year, Boston through.
You gave Tatum, Brown, and Holiday all that money.
Holiday is cool, but it's Tatum and Brown for me. It's like,
yeah, Tatum's not. You've been in this.
Y'all been in this situation before. Y'all need to win the chip.
They won't listen, but they won't get far with either one of them leave. Obviously, Tatum's not leaving. It's gonna be Brown if he does happen. They won't get far without Jaylen Brown. They need to figure out something else. Bring somebody in there that's more of a leader or on
they got all the pieces,
keep them together.
But
they should win it. Though. But I'm saying, but if they don't win it this year, if they
don't win it this year,
because like you said, you got to pay Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown's making $300 million. Jason Tatum's gonna get $360 at least.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just gave Drew Holiday an extension. So you're tapped. You're tapped.
Yeah, you are tapped.
You tap in your pockets like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Like I said, Jason Tatum is not who he thinks he is. I think that's also like a big problem is Jason Tatum thinks he's this Kobe Bryant killer and he's
that's everybody. That's all these guys. I'm Kobe.
But I mean, remember, it was last year, like the year before, he kept showing like all these Kobe tags. Kobe armband, and I'm Kobe, the real. Like, bro, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're
I think that was promotion. That's all that was.
But he even still but when you watch him play, he plays like he is, and it's like,
they do
not.
Right. They don't. He needs to pass the ball more. The Celtics thrive off ball movement. And I get what Mark is saying. At stretches, he does the Kobe Bryant thing where Kobe didn't, you know what I mean? Didn't want to pass.
Kobe's like, nah, I ain't passing shit.
You know what I mean? Like, so, so I think, when the Celtics are moving that ball around, that's when they smash teams. They got Hauser, they got Pritchard coming off the bench smashing threes. Like they're a damn good team, but they gotta learn to play, keep playing within the system. Ime would have kept them disciplined. Joe
Instead
Mazzulla's
of
getting
playing
there.
like Kobe, play like LeBron.
That too. Should do
You
that.
gotta play like LeBron. LeBron plays within the offense. He gets the ball to the right guy. He's not always looking to take the shot. That's who Tatum needs to be. He's not Jordan. He's not Kobe. If you want to comp any of those top three, he's LeBron. He can score when he wants to, but he also needs to make the right move.
Yeah. The right
he's not on LeBron's talent level, but he's got to play the same style of ball.
Right.
And they say Orlando Magic came back, baby. I had them winning the series. They making me. They had me stressed out a little bit. I'm not a fan of them, but I'm just saying I had them winning that series. Now they back 2-0. It's 2-2, best of 3. I think Orlando about to pull it out, man. I think Orlando about to do it.
I'm still going.
Man. Orlando going to do it.
I'm going with Orlando too. I just want to see them do it.
Right. They're going to do it.
I'm going with. I'm gonna stick with Cleveland. I think Cleveland bounce back to Game 5.
Yeah. Orlando's definitely going to do it. All right, let's get to my bozo of the week. It is Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. If you watched Game 3 the other night, he falls to the ground. Mitchell Robinson's standing over him. Mitchell Robinson's going up for a putback. Joel Embiid grabs him by the legs and pulls him down. Mitchell Robinson twists his ankle. He left the game. Joel Embiid was kicking dudes in the you-know-whats, you know what I mean? Like kicking them in the ding-ding, what Eddie Murphy said. He kicked them in the ding-ding. You know, like he was bugging out in this game. He should have got ejected, but we know he's a star. He's never going to get ejected for stuff like that. But if it was Draymond, he was getting ejected and suspended for at least 2 to 3 games. That was crazy what happened with Joel Embiid did. Joel, you're a bozo. NBA, look, I get it. I like that. As a fan, I love that there's more physicality during the playoff time. They got to keep it during the regular season as well, so these players know. But what Joel Embiid did was egregious. It was out of control. It was out of bounds. You know what I mean? There's no place for that, man. You know what I mean? There's no place for that, NBA, to let him stay in the game, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you should have got ejected. And whatever. Now you down 3-0. Then you're down 3-0. It's on your superstar to keep himself composed, and he lost all composure out there on the court. You know what I mean? But again, NBA wants to see a series. I'm not saying there's anything, no, it's nothing scripted. I'm just saying, I got it. Cool. You know what I mean? But we can't let him get away with that again. Go further. You know what I'm saying? All righty. Been a great show. Thank you for watching the show, Fanatical Massholes. You know what I mean? We're coming to you every week talking about the hottest topics in sports, the trending topics. Obviously giving you our rants, our bozos, how we feel about our teams, other people's teams. Now that the draft is over, we start to turn our attention towards mini camp, training camp. In the next couple weeks, we will be getting into our top 10 of every position, definitely the skill position. So quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, defensive lineman, safety, all that. We're going to get in. So we'll have our ranking before they do the top 100. Then we'll have a special on that too. So stick and stay for the next couple weeks. You know, we'll be getting into all that, disagreeing on those who we got as top 10 quarterback. Michael Penix is a top 10 quarterback for me.
He'll be a top 10 clip.
Yo, listen, what if when we get out of here, I don't want to get you going again because we got to go. But what if the same thing happens that happened with Russell Wilson and Matt Flynn? You remember that? Matt Flynn got all that money from Seattle. Russell Wilson came in and said, let me get that job.
I'm Kirk Cousins. I'm doing that anyways. I'm telling Atlanta to stand on business. If you love him as much as you do, I'll hold the damn clipboard and collect my $100 million. That's literally what I would do right now if I was Kirk Cousins. I'd be like, nah, duh, fuck you. You love him that much. You knew he was the pick. Why did you sign me? Ride with him. I'll take your $100 million. Ride the bench. I'm not teaching him shit. Not doing nothing. This is all on me.
Wow, damn.
Because if I'm Kirk Cousins, they just betrayed you in the dirtiest way possible.
But so, I mean, it's a business too. It's a business. At the end of the day, Kirk knew what it was. I'm pretty sure they told him that too when they brought him in. Like, yo,
no, they didn't. They called him with 5 minutes on the clock and told him that he was the selection. Kirk had no idea.
They didn't tell him now.
I'm telling him right now, stand on business.
Because normally, okay, hold on.
No, his agent, they confirmed it, bro. The agent and them, they said they didn't call him until 5 minutes.
Yeah, they both confirmed it. So Kirk Cousins said that he was under the impression they were going to in like the 3rd or 4th round, like a Spencer Rattler, but he was not Because honestly, I think if you tell him that, I don't think he signs with you.
Interesting.
But I'm telling them stand on business at this point.
Yes, sir. All right, fellas. Final thoughts when we get up out of here. Joaquin, your Cubs got smashed last night by the Red Sox.
Yeah, we bounced back today.
Yeah, I got
We'll bounce back today. We'll get this win.
Let's go, Yankees.
My final thought, 85% of the NFL GMs have no idea what they're doing out there.
There it is. He said it.
This whole draft was just one head-scratching move after another.
No, it was.
Yeah. Another one in the books. We'll see what happens. In a year from now, we'll revisit this with a different draft. Probably won't be the same as many quarterbacks, many good quarterbacks in the next year's draft, but we'll see. Again, like, subscribe, share, comment. We'll see y'all next week. Fanatical Massholes for Marky. Wakil's your boy Mizzo. Man, y'all have a blessed week. We out.
We ain't playing no games. We gonna cross that finish line, y'all. I'm across the finish line. Finish line. I'm across the finish line. Finish line. I'm across the finish line. Finish line. I'ma go out there, get mine. As a motherfucker.